Our 2015 Entegra Aspire came with an outdoor television, but it was a fixed mount TV, and because it's so high up, it's about almost 6 feet up in the air, it's kind of hard to watch when we're outside. So what we're going to do today is add an arm to it that will allow us to pull the TV out and also tilt it down. So stay tuned and we'll show you how to do it. So the bracket we've picked is a great bracket. We really like it for two reasons. It's super sturdy. It has a lock in it so that the TV will lock back and not swing out and bang against the door. And it's very low profile, only about 1.5 inches or so when mounted, maybe 2 inches top. So that's going to work for our clearances. Now, one thing to mention, you see this little level in here? That's a great little feature when you're in a house because you can make sure your TV is level. But if you go by that when you're in an RV spot, chances are your coach is not 100% level, and you're going to mount your TV level, which is not going to be level with your coach. So make sure that when you're mounting this, that you align this edge with another straight edge in your coach, either the side or one of the pieces of the bracket or something else that you know is true to the rest of the coach. So we've already taken the TV down, but that's pretty simple. So in order to do that, there's really 6 bolts, and they're to the right and to the left of the TV. Your TV may be different, but if it's on a fixed mount, your screws should be somewhere on the outside of the TV because that's going to be the only way to really get to it. So the back of this compartment where the TV was is, at least for us, our kitchen cabinets. So we don't really want to drill into these, and for the most part this is pretty flimsy wood. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to reuse the stock flat bracket. I'm going to mount our new hinge bracket to that metal plate, and that's going to give us a lot more stability for using it here and also for driving down the road. So we got the TV down, and here's the stock bracket here, and unfortunately the screws that they've put in here have a security thread in them, which is basically like a regular Allen key with a nib in the middle. Luckily I have that tip with me. It's actually called an H4 tip, so that's good. But if you don't have them, we picked up this bit set at AutoZone, and it's got just about every safety bit you could possibly need, along with regular ones. I think it was like $10, so that works. So we're going to take this bracket off, and then we're going to secure it back to where it was so that we can put on the new arm. So now here's where things get a little bit tricky. So we've got our old bracket on the wall, and we've got to put our new bracket onto that bracket. Now, because it's an articulating arm, center for where you mount your screws is to mount the bracket to the old bracket is not going to be center for the television. Because you have very limited space in this pocket, you've got to get this right. So what I've done is I fully assembled the bracket, and I hold it up to the old bracket and line up the holes that match where the TV was mounted before, with the new bracket to the old bracket, and then I measure position, and that's where I'm going to put the plate. So one thing I definitely recommend that you invest in if you're going to do a project like this, or just if you're an RVer, is this, which is a titanium stepper bit. It's a drill bit, but if you look, it starts out very small and then it gradually goes larger, so you can make a variety of different size holes with this single bit. They're expensive. They're probably 20 bucks on Amazon. We'll put a link up there. They usually come in a set of 2 or 3, but a good one of these will get you out of a lot of different problems. It's also very good to start pilot holes for other drill bits. We find that it doesn't move around and dance all over. It just kind of gets right in there and helps out. So now we're going to get started on mounting the actual bracket. We've obviously drilled our pilot holes, and that's looking pretty good. What I recommend you use to mount this, we're going to use these nice stainless steel screws with lock nuts that have a nylon insert in them to make sure that they don't come loose when you're driving down the road. Now that our bracket's secure on the wall, we're ready to mount the TV. So before we physically put the TV on the wall, we want to put this mounting bracket that comes with the kit on the back of the television. And that's what we're going to do next. Make sure to take special care if you see that little screw right there, that's up. So don't put it this way, because that would be wrong. Put it this way. For each of these screws, I do recommend you use a little dab of blue thread locker, which is like a medium strength thread locker. That's going to make sure that your screws don't rattle out while you're driving down the road. Don't put too much though, you're probably never going to get them out if you want to upgrade your TV. Alright, so we're ready to put the TV on the new bracket. Before you get started, make sure you find this little baggie in the kit. This is your locking screw that holds the TV on once it's on the resting hooks. You don't want to have to go looking for this when the TV's on there and your helper's trying to hold it, so make sure this is handy, and a Phillips head screwdriver to accompany it. We're going to throw it up now. So it is a two-person job most likely. I guess you could do it yourself, but you're probably going to damage your coach or your TV, so have a spotter. Kayla's going to help me out on this one. All right, we're here. So if you look at this bracket, it's holding and everything's fine, and when it's in the closed position, it's also perfect. But this lower part right here is bending in a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to add, for us, it's about 3 inches. So we're going to get 2 2x4 blocks. So since you are going to see the back of the TV now, where you didn't see it before, you may want to do some cleaning back here. We're probably going to do a little spray paint on this piece that we notched out for the upgraded TV, which that's where our power plug was, so it blocked it previously. So obviously we've got zip ties all the way up here coming through. This cable chase is really nice. This bracket's got a lot of places to put cables, which is really nice. So that's got us pretty organized. We're probably going to move this one. Alright, so here's the finished product. So we've got our TV here. You can obviously pull it out quite a bit. It pulls out about 18 inches from the side of the coach, which is nice. You can obviously turn it in this direction, all the way over to this direction. One of the nice kind of feature benefits is these arms we have here actually stop it from hitting the coach. The hydraulic arms keep this door open, so we don't have to worry about our paint. And then the last really cool feature is our tilt. So when we're sitting down, our TV is actually something we can watch without a ton of glare. But if we want to put it away, tilt it back up, drop it in, press on the center here, there, hits the lock, and there we go. We're ready for travel. Thanks for watching, guys.
Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
You can also subscribe to the blog directly on LivinLite.net, and you'll receive email updates of all of our posts.